hire purchase and installment system. Now what is the meaning of hire purchase and installment system? Understand it? It's on from here. Yes, whenever you buy any durable commodity, this is only for durable commodities, not for non-durable goods. You understand durable?
Yes.
Like? Yes? Fruits are not durable, they are perishable. And fruits you will not get on installment system. Durable commodities include television, refrigerator, washing machine, car, truck, bike, house. All these commodities when we buy, then generally you don't prefer to pay the amount in lump sum. You prefer to pay the amount in installments. So there are two systems for that. One is hire purchase system and the other is installment system. Here you make some cash payment on the spot. Suppose let us say that you buy a television of rupees 50,000. Then you pay 5,000 on the spot. And remaining 45,000 you pay in monthly installments with interest. Okay, remaining amount of 45,000 you pay in monthly installments with interest. Yes, so what example I was discussing is, suppose you buy a television of 50,000. On the spot you pay 5,000. That is called down payment. What you pay on the spot, that is called as down payment. So down payment you make of 5,000. Now remaining amount 45,000. Suppose it is decided that you pay 11 monthly installments of 5,000 each. 11 monthly installments of 5,000 each with interest. Means 45,000's interest of 1 month will be charged in the first installment. So you will not be actually paying 5,000, you will be paying 5,000 plus interest. Then because you have paid 5,000, next month you will be charged interest on 40,000. Then next to next month you will be charged interest on 35,000. That way interest burden will keep on decreasing. But what you have to pay is 5,000 plus interest every month. So on the spot whatever you pay, that is called as down payment. What was the price of the television? That is called cash price. Why we call it as cash price? If you would have purchased for cash the whole television and made the full payment, how much you would have paid? 50,000. That's why it is called cash price. But virtually you don't pay 50,000, you pay more than 50 with interest. So suppose during the year you pay total amount of 58,000. 5,000 plus interest you will be paying every month. So suppose the total amount comes to 58,000. 58,000 is called either the total hire purchase price or installment purchase price or contract price. Where 50,000 is the cash price, 8,000 is the interest, and contract price, hire purchase price or installment purchase price is 58,000. Is everyone clear with it? Both the systems, hire purchase as well as installment system, come under the category of deferred payment system. What do you mean by deferred? Postpone. You don't make the entire payment right now. You postpone it for a future date. This type of system is called deferred payment system. Now what is the difference between hire purchase and installment? Understand it? So first of all, both of them come under the category of deferred payment system. There are two types of deferred payment systems. One is hire purchase system and the other is installment purchase system. Now basic difference between the two is that here you get the ownership on the payment of last installment. Okay, in this system you get the ownership on the payment of last installment. Means it will be treated that until first 10 installments you have taken the commodity on hire, rent. Initially you made down payment of 5,000. First month you are paying 5,000 of it. 11 months you are going to pay EMI. 5,000 plus interest. Whatever you are paying first month, 5,000 plus interest, it is considered as if you are paying the rent for using that commodity. You are paying the higher charges for using that commodity. Therefore, what is the name of the system? Hire purchase. Until the last installment, you are the hirer. Until the last installment is considered as if you have taken the commodity on rent. Once you fulfill all the payments, then after the last installment, you get the ownership. So you become the owner of the property on the payment of last installment. After 11 installments, you become the owner of that television. Okay. Whereas in installment purchase system, you get the ownership on the payment of down payment. Very first money what you pay, that is the down payment. As soon as you make the down payment, you become the owner of the property. After that, whatever you are paying every month is not considered higher charges. They are simply considered as installments. That's why this system is called installment purchase system. This is the basic difference between the two. All the other differences arise because of these two only. What is the basic difference between the two? In hire purchase system, remember the word hire. It is considered as if you have taken the commodity on rent, on hire. So when do you get the ownership? Last installment. Installment purchase system, remember the word installment. It is considered as if every money you are paying is just an installment. So when do you get the ownership? At the first installment. Is everyone clear? And what is that? That is the down payment. Now tell me, based on this two, you must be able to answer me. If in between the goods are damaged, who will bear the loss? Seller or the buyer? Seller. Who is the owner? Ownership he did not transfer. Buyer will become the owner on the payment of last installment. So after 6 months, suppose the way he is playing cricket and the television is destroyed. Ball goes on that and the television is gone. Who will bear that loss now? Seller, because he is the owner. Here who will bear the loss? Buyer. Because the ownership is transferred. Did you understand this? In between, if buyer does not pay any money, what will seller do? Take it back. Television will come and take it back. Repossession. He will repossess the goods. We'll have examples on that also. Okay. What can the seller do here if he does not pay the money? Can he repossess the goods? Ownership is of buyer. He cannot even come and touch the goods, even if you don't pay the money. What can seller do? Go to the court of law. He can take a legal action against you for recovery of money, but he cannot take back the goods. So many other differences will arise, but basic difference is what? Ownership is transferred on the payment of last. Until then you are a hire purchaser. You have taken the commodity on hire on rent. Ownership is transferred immediately as soon as you make the down payment. Any confusions in this? Read out this first. Did you understand this? Okay. Now, 3 terms I have discussed with you that I made you write. So, write down terms. Anyone still writing this? Raise your hand. All have written it? So, first term I discussed with you, down payment. Write down down payment. And on the spot payment made. On the spot payment made to get the delivery of the article or commodity to get delivery of the article or commodity is called down payment. Any doubt in this? Then second, cash price. that on the price of the commodity, the price of the commodity excluding interest is called cash price. Okay, excluding interest, so that 50,000 was not including the interest. Did you understand this? First of all, it is the price which would have been paid if the commodity was purchased on cash. Okay, so if you would have purchased on cash, you would have paid 50,000 for that for that television. Did everyone understand this? And third is contract price. In hire purchase system, it is called hire purchase price. In installment purchase system, it is called installment purchase price. It is with interest. The total amount which is paid by you with interest. So the total amount payable in installments including interest is called contract price or hire purchase price or installment purchase price. Did all of you understand this? So, first we take up with the questions on hire purchase system. Okay, today we start with the first one, that is hire purchase system. Its accounting entries we'll understand today. So, first we take up with hire purchase system. I'll explain it first, then you'll write it, so be it. We'll understand the accounting in the books of buyer as well as in the books of seller or vendor. So, serial number, transactions, then entries in the books of buyer and entries in the books of seller. I discuss it, then we write it together. It's very simple. First one is you buy the commodity. So when you buy the commodity, from buyer's point of view, asset comes in. For the buyer, that television is an asset. Now we'll be having the business transactions. Means in business, books of accounts will be doing it. So in business, you can have like air condition purchased on installment system, computer purchased on installment system, some machine purchased on installment system. So asset comes in. Let us say machine comes in. Debit what? Comes in. In the books of the buyer, asset account, debit. Seller or vendor is the giver, credit the giver to seller account. Any doubts on this? Once again, what will be the entry in the books of buyer for purchase of asset? Asset account debit to seller account. With what price? Cash price. Assets value, what will be recorded in our books is 50,000. Interest, what we are paying is our revenue expense. That we cannot include in the cost of assets. Did everyone understand it? So what will be the entry in the books of buyer? Asset account debit to seller account with the amount of cash price. And in the books of seller, buyer is the receiver, debit the receiver. So buyer account, debit. And no. For buyer, it is an asset. But for seller, it is goods. For you, if you are buying air conditioner, it is an asset. But what is this air condition for Chroma? Goods. For them, it is not an asset. From seller's point of view, goods goes out. Credit what? Goes out to sales account. Is everyone clear with it? In their books, they record it as specific sales. They call it as hire purchase sales. Because it is under the system of hire purchase, so they don't record it as a normal sale. They record it in the books as hire purchase sales. Okay, one second. In the books of buyer, asset account debit to seller account. In the books of seller, buyer account debit to hire purchase sales account. Any confusions? Now, as soon as you buy the goods, very first you make the down payment. You can stand up for some time if you are really tired. Fine? Comfortable? So, for the down payment, immediately you will make the down payment. So, for the down payment, from buyer's point of view, who is receiving that 5,000 rupees? So, seller is the receiver. Debit the receiver. Seller account debit. And cash or bank goes out. Credit what? Goes out to cash or bank account. Okay, the way repeated. Down payment, what is the entry?
Sir, buyer seller account debit to cash or bank.
Seller account debit to cash or bank account. And in the books of seller, cash comes in. Debit what? Comes in. So cash or bank account debit. Buyer is the giver. Credit the giver to buyer account. So first transaction is purchase of asset. Second is down payment. Third, every time you pay the installment, before that interest will become due. Like as I said, after 1 month when you pay the installment, you have to pay including interest. So first the seller will charge you 50,000, let us say to 10% to 1 month's interest. So every time you pay the installment, first what will happen? Interest will become due. What is this interest for the buyer? Expense, debit all expenses and losses. So interest account debit. And amount is payable to whom? Seller. Credit the payables. So to seller account. So what entry will you pass for the interest? Interest account debit to seller account. And what is that interest for the seller? Income. And amount is receivable from the buyer. Debit the receivables. So buyer account debit. Interest is an income. Credit all incomes and gains to interest account. Okay, once again, what entry will you pass for interest? Interest account debit to seller account. You just remember interest is an expense, so interest account debit opposite to seller. Here interest is an income, so interest account credit opposite buyer account debit to interest account. Then you pay the installment including interest. For payment of installment, exactly same as down payment. For payment of installment, entry is exactly same as down payment. From buyer's point of view, seller is the receiver. Debit the receiver. Seller account debit. Cash goes out. Credit what? Goes out to cash or bank account. In the books of seller, cash comes in. Debit what? Comes in. Cash or bank account. Debit. Buyer is the giver. Credit the giver to buyer account. So payment of installments entry exactly same as down payment. Then at the end of the year, installments if there are monthly, then in 1 year 12 entries will come. Every month interest entries will come. If it is half yearly, then in 1 year 2 entries will come. If it is yearly, then in 1 year only. Means interest and installment will come depending on the number of installments in 1 year. If in 1 year there is only one installment, then every year interest and installment entry will come one time. If there are more than one installments, then interest and installment entry will get repeated in 1 year. Any confusion so far? Now at the end of the year, the buyer has to provide depreciation on asset. For him, it is an asset. So he has to provide depreciation on that asset. Normal entry what we have been providing for depreciation since 11th standard. Depreciation account, debit to asset account. And the books of seller? No entry. Seller does not have to provide depreciation, he has sold the goods. So this depreciation entry will come only in the books of buyer. What entry will come at the end of the year? Depreciation account debit to asset account. And then at the end of the year, closing entries. Buyer will close depreciation and interest, both the expenses and transfer to profit and loss account. Both are debited, so close it will reverse and credit them. Profit and loss account debit to depreciation to interest. Seller has to close sales and transfer to trading account. So sales account will reverse and debit to trading account, and interest account he has to close and transfer to profit and loss account. So interest account debit to profit and loss account. Did everyone understand it? But when you solve the questions, this sales account to trading account entry will generally not come. Reason, they will not ask you to make sales account. Ledger accounts will only be asked, journal will not be asked. Because 3-4 years questions will be there, 2026 journal entries will be there. So they'll ask you to make only ledger accounts. And in ledger accounts, generally in the books of buyer, they ask you to make asset account, seller account, interest account. At the most depreciation. In the books of seller, they ask you always 2 accounts only. One is interest account and the other is buyer account. So generally that last closing entry in ledger account won't come out. Is everyone of clear with it? Only for seller, that trading account. Otherwise all other entries will come. Let us write those entries. So all are clear with the entries? What is the first transaction? You know, for purchase of asset. Last week, buyer's books.
सर फॉर्मेट तो बनाने दो।
हाँ 2 मिनट।
As you not made it.
आपके साथ में।
Okay, Raju will tell the entry. Asset comes in, debit what comes in, asset account debit, seller is the giver, credit the giver to seller account. Did you make the format, everyone? No. Let us start with it now. Here, asset comes in, debit what comes in, asset account debit. Seller is the giver, credit the giver to seller account. And Sudhi in the books of seller.
कैश अकाउंट डेबिट।
No, why cash? You're not selling for cash, you're selling it in installment system. Abhimanyu?
Buyer account debit to sale.
Yes, buyer is the receiver, debit the receiver, buyer account debit. And from seller point of view, goods goes out, credit what? Goes out to hire purchase sales account. Okay, these sales are specifically called, because they are under hire purchase system, they are called hire purchase sales. Any confusion in this? Then, Aishwarya, what is the second transaction?
Purchase of interest.
Rohan? Down payment. After purchasing the asset, very first we'll make down payment. So for down payment, Mayank, buyer's books. What I discussed when you were talking with Devi, but he could answer it. Kaushal?
सर बायर टू कैश।
Seller to cash. Seller is the receiver, debit the receiver, seller account debit. Cash goes out, credit what goes out to cash or bank account. And Mayank in the books of seller?
कैश टू बायर।
Yes, cash comes in, debit what comes in, so cash or bank account debit. Silence. Buyer is the giver, credit the giver to buyer account. Is everyone clear with this? Then, Mehta, what will be the third transaction? After down payment? Hina? No. Fancy?
Installment.
No. Pearl?
Interest.
Interest will always come before installment. Okay, first interest will become due, then only you pay the installment including interest. Now for interest, Yashvi in the books of buyer. Interest to seller. Interest is an expense. Debit all expenses and losses. So interest account debit. Seller is the giver. Credit the giver to seller account. Okay. And Harsh in the books of buyer. Sorry, seller.
Buyer account debit to
To cash.
interest.
To interest account. For the seller, interest is an income. Buyer, the amount is receivable. Debit the receivable. So buyer account debit. Interest is an income. Credit all incomes and gains. So to interest account. Is everyone clear with that?
Yes.
Then after interest, Himanshi. Installment in the books of buyer. Yes, I told you for installment the entry is same as down payment. So for installment, seller is the receiver, debit the receiver, seller account debit, cash goes out, credit what goes out to cash or bank account. And same way the books of seller, cash comes in, debit what comes in, cash or bank account debit. Buyer is the giver, credit the giver to buyer account. Any confusion in this?
No.
Then after installment, what did I tell you at the end of the year?
Depreciation.
Depreciation will be provided. So for depreciation at the end of the year. Now in the books of buyer for depreciation, Shivani, depreciation account debit to asset account. Okay, depreciation is an expense, debit all expenses and losses, depreciation account debit, value of asset decreases. It's a debit balance to decrease, we reverse and
Credit.
Tapan Patel in the books of seller. Asset to depreciation, reverse. What is in the books of seller?
No entry.
Depreciation will be provided only by the buyer. In the books of seller, no entry. Did you understand this?
Yeah.
And last is closing entries. In the books of buyer, this interest which we have debited and depreciation which we have debited, we have to close and transfer to P&L account. So interest and depreciation you will reverse and credit, and profit and loss account you will debit. Profit and loss account debit. Yes, what is going on?
सर इसका पीस गायब हो गया.
To interest account and to depreciation account.
कैसे भूल गए?
Silence. And in the books of seller, two closing entries will come. Sales will be closed and transferred to trading account. So hire purchase sales account debit to trading account. You reverse and debit that and you transfer it to trading account. And this interest will be closed and transferred to profit and loss account. So interest account you will reverse and debit to profit and loss account. Two closing entries will come. Did everyone understand this? But as I said, practically this trading account will not come because that ledger account will not be asked. Now, if it is a 3 or 4 years question, then these two entries will be passed only in the first year. 3 to 6, we have to repeat every year. Means, suppose you make the payment in 4 yearly installments. Then in the first year you will have 6 entries. In the second year you will have 4 entries, third year 4 entries, fourth year 4 entries, total 18 journal entries. In the books of buyer and 18 in the books of seller, 36 entries. Did you understand it that way? But Are you going to purchase the asset every year? Are you going to make the down payment every year? So these two entries will come only in the first year. But 3 to 6 will be repeated every year. Did everyone understand this? Okay. Now, we have 4 types of question taken in college, both in hire purchase and installment system. First question, where complete information is given. Cash price is also given, rate of interest is also given. Generally, cash price and rate of interest, two are the important things which should be given to us. So these two informations are given. Second, we have those type of questions where cash price is missing. First, we have to make the workings and find cash price. Third, we have those type of questions where rate of interest is missing. First, we have to do the workings and find the rate of interest. And fourth type of question is based on annuity. Based on present value of annuity based questions are also taken up in college. So 4 types of questions are done in college. Workings of all the 4 questions will be different. Accounting will remain same. Is everyone clear with it? So today we start the first type of questions where everything is given, nothing is missing. Cash price is also given, rate of interest is also given. Is everyone clear with it? Put it off. Give the heading